Been doing this for quite a while at this point, huh? Hello and welcome back, everyone, to another episode of Touhou Project with Moo the Slime and Dr. Nyri A. Bakkalian. If you'd like to introduce yourself, Nyri.
Well, good evening, everyone. It's a pleasure to be here yet again. I'm glad to see you. I am rather excited for this one because it's not every day that you get to see a game that has drawn as its inspiration the venerable Taketori Monogatari, the Tale of the Bamboo Cutter, also known as Kaguya Hime. Those of you who are Studio Ghibli fans, of which I think there are probably many, will likely recognize this because this was in fact a relatively recent Studio Ghibli movie. But the story dates to the 10th century, I think, is the earliest attestation. So it's nice to where that we're going to get to see this. We're going to get to see this in the now very familiar bullet hell format. Also, I wanted to take a moment to say thank you to everyone who sent a few dollars my way on the crowdfund for my cross-country trip for surgery.
Mm-hmm.
I have unfortunately had to reschedule it because it's a long story, but basically the system that we've built in this country where you have to always be in debt in order to be able to actually borrow money for things that you need means that because I haven't been in debt since I was in grad school, I don't have a credit history. Therefore, I'm gonna have to crowdfund this thing. So truly, your generosity is greatly appreciated. Thank you so very much. Now, Moo, why don't we get to it?
Sure thing. So, I will note that this episode is going to be a bit different in that we are going to actually be playing through the game on normal difficulty once, and then we are going to be highlighting some other content that exists in the game by ensuring that I can one credit clear it by going through it as another character on easy difficulty. So we will be playing through the main storyline twice because if I'm playing on easy and can thus easily do a one credit clear, glob willing, God, I hope I can do that. Um, then we will be able to see the more content. In addition, there is an extra stage as always, and going back to this game and just trying it out and prepping for the stream. I feel, what's human term? Not wistful, but just, I think this one was one of my absolute favorites back when. Mountain of Faith will remain my absolute, like, the one that I've spent the most time with, but just like thinking back on it, I think this one might be my favorite. It's got lots of characters I really love, and, well, you'll get to see. Okay, so it is the Harvest Festival next night in Gensokyo, Harvest Moon Festival. And then we've got just like one night before it's starting when the yokai raise a bit of a stink that something's wrong with the moon. Something's not right. The moon's wrong in some way. And so our protagonists are sent out to investigate what's wrong with the moon.
For all the extremely online millennials in the chat, I'm in my head. I'm hearing the Sponge Monkeys and the "We Like the Moon"
No.
song.
No. So, this game also runs at 640 by 480, which means postage stamp size. But I have an incredibly stupid solution to this, which is I am looking at the OBS window, which is maximized and thus expanded, and it doesn't seem to have any lag, so I have the game window running in a corner at a small size, while I actually am looking at the OBS layout. With this being an older Touhou game, this, I think, is the last or second to last game that had the MIDI option for audio. I adjusted some of the music volume and the sound effect volume to be suitable because I noticed that sound effects were extremely loud in the game at certain points. Didn't seem to have any sort of limit on stacking bullet spawn sound effects. So, dialing this in a little bit, and I dialed this in a little bit previously, so we'll see how it goes. So we've got extra start for the extra stage. Difficulty level. New Moon, easy level, suited for those who don't play Touhou very often. Waxing Crescent, normal level, suited for those who have played Touhou before. First Quarter, hard level, suited for those who often play arcade shooters. Waxing Gibbous, lunatic level, suited for absolutely nobody. And so, this one's kind of fascinating because we pick a duo. We have the Illusionary Barrier team, Reimu Hakurei and Yukari Yakumo. And as you can see, we have multiple stats. And the gimmick is that we swap between characters whenever we enter focus mode. So while we're in focus mode, Yukari takes the reins, while unfocused, it's Reimu. And so Reimu is fast, because again, unfocused. Special skill can't be hit by enemy familiars. Huh, no. Can't be kicked by fairies, I guess? Mind Amulet, Spirit Sign, Fantasy Orb, Divine Spirit, Fantasy Seal, Blink. Yokai side, Yukari Yakumo. Speed 1, familiar Yakumo type summons. Shot Apparition Needle. Spell sign Border Sign Quadruple Barrier. Last spell Boundary Quadruple Barrier of the Imperishable Knight. Last spell, I believe, is if you use your final bomb in your inventory, which makes it an even stronger bomb. Small hitbox, lengthy border of life and death. Aria of Forbidden Magic Team, a pair of magicians living in the Forest of Magic. They have high firepower and fast movement. Urasakura Same. Go ahead.
Sorry about that. Forgot to mute my phone.
Ah. All we heard was you going, so you're fine. 6 speed, special skill, always able to gather items, so the item get borderline is always active. Stardust Missile, Love Sign Master Spark, Magic Cannon Final Spark. Alice Margatroyd, speed 2, familiar Shanghai Doll, shot is Spectrum Mystery, spell card is Magic Sign, Artful Sacrifice, Magipulation, Return Inanimateness. Wide item collection hitbox, large auto collection area. There's a lot to read. Visionary Scarlet Devil team, a vampire and human maid living in the Scarlet Devil mansion. They have tricky yet quite effective familiars. Human side, Sake Izuyoi. 4 speed, items drop slower. Mysterious Jack, Illusion Sign Killing Doll, Burial Illusion Phantomic Killer and Night Mist. Yokai side, Remelius Scarlet. Servant, speed 3, Servant Flyer, Night Dance, Scarlet Sign, Red the Nightless Castle, Scarlet Magic, Scarlet Devil. Large Graze hitbox, extra bomb is awarded if you lose a life, if any were in stock before. Die without bombing, get an extra bomb. And Twilight Dweller team, a ghost and half phantom living in the Netherworld. Overall, they lean more to the yokai side. These were the last 2 bosses of the game we just played. Half human side, Yomu Kanpaku. 6 speed, familiar phantom half, shot Bizarreness of 6 Realms, human sign, slash of the present world, last spell human Oni, slash of the eternal future. Yokai side, Yuyuko Saikyoji. 1 speed, familiar Deadly Butterfly, shot Invitation from the Nether side, spell card Death Sign Ghostly Dream, last spell Deadly Butterfly Eternal Sleep in Dreamland. Team characteristics. The human side of the gauge is half size and a bomb is awarded if the stage is beaten with less than 3 left. So, viewers, do I go with the Forbidden Magic team, or the Visionary Scarlet Devil team. I see already that I did get... Next person gets it. Magic it is. Sorry, Kippers. Where the fireflies fly. Are the fireflies brighter than usual, or is it just your imagination? Night Wolf. A couple of unique mechanics in this one. We have enemies that, upon death, will shatter all the bullets around them.
Are we perchance going to be once again improving our patchouli knowledge in this game?
Alas, patchouli knowledge is not present or involved even if you pick the Scarlet Devil team, apart from them saying that we don't need another bookworm in the Scarlet Devil mansion. We already have one.
Okay, so the present amount of patchouli knowledge that we already have will in fact suffice.
Yes. Also, hey, it's Wriggle Nightbug. Goodbye, Wriggle Nightbug. So, those enemies that have, like, the magic circle around them will create little spirity things. Those can only be shot by humans. But if you kill the person who summoned them, you destroy all of them at the same time as well. And so it's an armor that only affects you if you are unfocused. Whereas if you enter focus mode, they become invisible and you can shoot past them, but you can't damage them. Moon is beautiful tonight. What? Does it seriously look like that to you? It's beautiful, isn't it? What do you call a moon like this? The Matsuyoi? Any idea what that might mean?
I would have to see characters, so just spelled out, I can't speculate.
Fair enough. I envy your carefree manner. If I could have enjoyed moon viewing and hadn't been short of hands, I'd never have taken you with me tonight. It's a waste not to enjoy a moonlit night, isn't it? Right, you two? A bug of light wriggling in darkness. Wriggle Nightbug.
Of course, a bug that wriggles. Wriggled Nightbug.
Die Hard Man coming up next.
We put our faith in Blast Hard Cheese.
Totally enjoying it. At least I am. Well, I'm enjoying myself too. At least more than you, Marissa. Didn't you just say something completely different? Of course not. I'm not enjoying the moon viewing, but the firefly watching, right? Almost, but not quite. Very perceptive of you, though. Come on, I'll shoot first if you don't. It's more like firefly hunting. So, there's a little bit of a quirk here in that if you see the moment I let go of shift, that beam that Alice fires forward stays there a little bit. Fine. Just for a little bit. But what this means is
Lamp sign, firefly phenomenon.
if you tap, you can cause both bullets to fire at the same time. This is the highest DPS you can do in the entire game.
Wriggle sign, little bug storm.
You realize firefly hunting is about catching them, not beating them up, right? I wanted to catch it, but you went and squished it. What a pain. Don't get me wrong, all I did was dodge it. So, we need to gather time in this game. And if the time reaches 5 a.m., or 6 a.m., I can't quite remember, then it's game over instantly. If you use a continue, time advances 1 hour. If you collect enough time pickups in order to make the time meter on the right side of the screen break its breakpoint, then you only get a half hour penalty as opposed to a full hour. And so basically, I think the math works out that every 2 stages that you meet the time quota, you get the opportunity to use an extra continue without gaming over fully. It's a little bit of a complex system, but there are other mechanics as well that it's like hard to even describe. Beasts and yokai are what stroll at midnight, even on the humans' roads. There shouldn't be the path where humans vanish. Also, the game volume seems like it might be quiet. Poked it up slightly. So yeah, you can see those little birdish things it's shooting. If I enter focus mode, they become intangible. And those are the time pickups as well, so... intentionally allowing as many of those to appear on screen and then killing the person who launched them is how you get the most time pickups possible, which is necessary for the mechanic I just described of progressing via half hours as opposed to full hours. Noodling on piano intensifies. Yeah, the mood's weird and time's frozen. So we seem to be advancing time little by little as we do this. Very good spell card name, by the way.
Vocal sign hooting in the night.
Same. Wait! Huh? Where are you going this late at night? Night Sparrow apparition. Mystia Lorelei.
A night sparrow, you say?
A Night Sparrow.
A night sparrow, Yosuzume. These are a type of yokai that are not necessarily bad. It's just they appear when there's things that might be a little bit more dangerous about to cross your path. So when you see one, you're supposed to pay attention. A harbinger, if you will.
Yep. Where are you going this late at night? It's my annual yokai extermination month. I go wherever yokai live. Wait, what? Are you picking a fight with me? Marissa's yokai extermination? That's hilarious. Oh, don't you know how awesome I am at that? After I fired my magic cannon, there are no humans left, let alone yokai. You, human. Don't you have any idea who I am? Huh? There's no human that doesn't fear me on night roads. If I wanted, I could call enough yokai here to eradicate every human in this land. What does this Night Sparrow think she's saying? Looks like you still don't get who I am. Human? Human. Human all the way. Well, yeah. Alright? Starting tonight, you two will never again see in the dark. A bit of extended lore about this character. She runs a grilled lamprey stand in the forest.
That's awfully specific.
She doesn't want a grilled chicken because chickens are birds.
Moth sign, hawk moth's insect curse. Sparrows are how I learned the term kleptoparasites, because that is apparently what they are. So one wonders about the night sparrow. And when I say kleptoparasite, not only will they steal food from other birds, they will steal the food from inside the other birds' beaks.
That's very bold.
With my own 2 eyes, I have seen a gang of sparrows bully a crow. It's kind of impressive.
Oh no.
Hawk sign, ill-starred dive. Well, Diablo, as it turns out, the thing to remember about sparrows is that they don't operate alone. Sparrows are sort of night like this, Song of the Night Sparrow. Sparrows are sort of a communal organism. You know, it's not that they're one individual operating alone. It's more that they are, kind of like you might think of them almost as a hive. And so when there's a dozen sparrows and only one crow, or robin, or what have you, crew-minded crackhead behavior, exactly. When there's like a dozen sparrows and only one crow, the robin, or whatever is going to lose.
Me and my boys are going to peck you to death.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, as I was saying, she grills lamprey. She runs a grilled lamprey stand in the forest for usually other yokai, and also for humans because she's a fraudster. She causes people to have night blindness, which is represented by the shadows that her spell cards caused. And then she says, "Here, I can cure you. Just come over to my lamprey. Lamprey is a good cure for this. So buy some grilled lamprey from my stand." And then while they're eating, she slowly removes the curse that she put on them. And then goes, "See? Grilled lamprey cures you. Stop by again if this ever happens again."
Yes, Diablo. High school anime delinquents, you might say.
Also, another fun thing for a bit of lore that came in way later. Kasodani Kyoko is the shrine guardian dog. What was that called? The pair of dogs that guard a shrine.
You're thinking of Koma Inu.
Yeah, the Kome Inu yokai that we encountered much, much later. A piece of lore is that we got later on, despite the fact that this character was introduced so early and that one was introduced so late, is they are in a band together, also in this forest. For goodness sake, we got no time to waste on such small fry. But where are we heading anyway? There's no way there are any enemies in that direction. I feel a strange air from over this way, though. There's only humans over that way, all innocent, much like myself. Yeah, okay, Marissa. I've never done anything wrong ever. Memories of the History Eater's home. At the end of the straight road, there was a small village where humans lived.
You know Cromartie, I see.
But when you arrived at the village, there was nothing there. So there's a human village that's supposed to be where we're at. And no, this is just forest.
That must mean he's a really ordinary delinquent with a really hard body. That's not it at all! Mikazawa. What a soothing voice he has.
He ate my pencils. That's not normal.
Diablo, I'm afraid I don't know what that is. A bear! Yes. Eats a bundle of pencils, yes. Dearest mother. Ah.
Is it you? Are you the ones trying to attack the village in the middle of this night? Nah, we're just passing by. Don't mind us. I don't trust the words of a yokai. I'll make this night never have happened.
Spiritual birth, first pyramid. Oh great. Pyramids. when pyramids come up in the context of Japan, that way lies madness. I'm afraid to say, that way lies madness.
Hmm.
The reason being, pyramid in Japan is most associated with the Aum Shinrikyo cult, and wait for it. The Aum Shinrikyo cult, which was notorious for having attacked the Tokyo subway in 1994. Their leader claimed to be the reincarnation of like a pharaoh or something, and so pyramids. But there's an alleged pyramid in Aomori Prefecture in the same village as the alleged grave of Jesus, and that is a whole can of worms. I will do a podcast episodes about sometimes, but the easiest way to explain it is that it's a combination of a bunch of con artists from basically 1850 to the present, whose interests all seem to align roughly in succession, and the result today is that you have a 12-layer sacrilege lasagna. It is well.
F 'em up,
Well,
Nyri.
should you meant?
F 'em up, Nyri.
Well, should you say that, Diablo? Because that is in fact a thing that Zoe said to me when I had first started to uncover this, and then it turned out that yes, it's basically like a Japanese parallel to Mormonism in a sense, but so the alleged pyramid is a stone structure of some kind from the Emishi people, so the pre-Yamato people, native people in northern Honshu. And then layered on top of that is a folk practice in that area that is a ritual dance of some kind that's meant to pacify spirits. And layered on top of that is a mountain faith from the 19th century that was organized by these people who were so weirdly pro-emperor that the fascist government said, hey, maybe chill. And then Japan lost World War II, and the American occupation government said, hey, maybe chill. There was also a local Christian pastor who wanted to get a lot of his neighbors to convert, so he made up this nonsense about Jesus is buried down the road, and we of the people of Iwate and Aomori are the lost tribes of Israel. And then in the 1960s, the Israeli government found out, and they saw an easy PR win, and like a good cheap way of throw a little money, promote their interests. You wind up with this situation where everybody's trying to make a buck, including the locals who really don't have anything else going on. So, well, it's Diablo. In this case, it's a set of tablets that say allegedly that Jesus is buried at Aomori, and that this ritual dance is actually a dance in memory of him. And so you have the locals wanting to make money, the Israeli government wanting to score a PR win, this local Christian pastor from the early 20th century wanting to convert his neighbors, a weirdly pro-emperor cult that also believes in UFOs and thinks that the Japanese emperor's ancestor flew around the planet in a flying UFO that was his palace and also shaped like a pyramid. So that's why I call it the 12-layer sacrilege lasagna.
Wow.
And yes, it is, and that's just a very rough attempt at summing it up very briefly. The first time I tried to research this, I felt like I was going insane, derogatory. Now I feel like I'm going insane, positive. It's a really interesting story, but the problem, as with so much that intersects with Christianity, is that there are way too many people who are way too credulous about this and don't understand that there are so many different people tied up in this whole thing that are trying to sell you something. So when I saw pyramid there, I went, oh no. Just that is a summation, yes. It is actually like because Kippers like bear in mind we're talking about roughly 1200 years of very local history, and the last 150 of those are when everything happened. And it does go deeper, but we're going to just set that aside. TLDR, 12-layer sacrilege lasagna, that's why there's an alleged grave of Jesus in Aomori and a pyramid.
Huh.
Well, that Diablo, this is not quite that. This is like literally the whatever the stones are on that mountaintop. They're they're alleging that that is the ruins of the pyramid palace spaceship thing. And Christ ramen is the thing you can buy if you go to this town. You can get your Naruto fish cake cut up in a Star of David shape and have your Christ ramen. So, yeah, pyramids.
Shall I continue?
Let's continue. Let's continue.
What the heck are you? By that you mean, whoops, I gotta be somewhere else, right? Oh, damn. Naturally, I can't retreat any further. Now are you going to surrender the humans to us? Wait, Marissa. Who said we were going to eat the humans? Half-beast of knowledge and history. Kaine Kamashirasawa.
Michirasawa.
To think that yokai would come as far as this village. Is it because of that abnormal moon, after all? I've only come here so rarely before. No one's saying we're going to eat them. Anyway, I'm in a real hurry. I don't know who you are, but we don't have time to waste with it for any humans. You're mean. If you were just quietly passing by, I wouldn't try to stop you. But you two are being just a little too nosy. See? She called you nosy, Marissa. That's because you're going all out with your magic even though it's the dead of night. What are you saying? Magic's something you gotta cut loose with at night, you know? The only things worth using secretly in the day are cyanotypes and stuff like that. Don't know what that is. Cyanotypes. I felt the unpleasant feeling approaching, so I sealed the village. Seems like I was right to do that. I told you! No one's saying we're gonna attack the humans. Didn't you just say surrender the humans to us? Really, the only human I'm concerned with is you. Whatever you say, you dirty liar. I won't let a single one of your Danmaku touch the humans or history of this village. Marissa? I'm quite sure you haven't noticed yet, but she isn't human. She's a half-beast. One of the other characters addresses this, but she is specifically a... something that ends with ku. I sent it in DM to you. History Eater.
A history eater. Haktaku.
Hakataku. Yes, Haktaku. Origin sign Ephemerality 137. A lot of piano noodling in this game.
Mission sign Masakado Crisis.
Anything to say?
Merry Crisis. I mean, I have some things to say, but I think Zoe might too. Zoe, yeah, Masakado Crisis. Masakado is the personal name of Taira no Masakado. Zoe wants to know if she can pop him. I would be happy to handle this, but also Zoe wants to know if she can pop him.
Okay. Ignore the clone. It's fine. Don't worry about it. Ignore the clone, please. There is no clone. You're not seeing anything.
Alright, I should probably turn off the stream noise before anything comes through. Oh, okay. Hi.
Hello.
Oh boy, Masakata Nataira. So this man is considered one of the first samurai like of all time. He was a cousin to the emperor at the moment, and this is like what? This is after Nara, right?
It's early Heian.
Early Heian, yeah. So you're looking at like boxy kind of samurai Oyoroi here.
Oh, him.
It's like all bow and arrow more than like it's a lot more mounted archery than anything else. So Masakata no Taira was how do I say this without cursing this man? So he's
This
enshrined
isn't.
as an Okami-sama.
Yes. Not the Middle Ages. This is before medieval Japan.
Mm-hmm. Gosh, yes. Conley, that is correct. He is the patron Okami-sama of information technologies, because his main shrine.
Would he be the protag of an anime or not? Yes, he would. In fact,
Absolutely.
he has been. He was in Teito Monogatari.
I knew I forgot to do something, darn it.
Also on top of that here,
There, now I'm labeled as live on Blue Sky. Okay.
He marches an army on the capital, and for a good while it looks like he's going to win. And then the tides turn. He is beheaded, and his head is still brought kicking and screaming into the capital. And it sits on a pike, kicking and screaming for 3 days. Then a monk comes up to him and says, "Hey, you do realize you're dead, right?" And he passes away. Now, all sorts of misfortune starts happening in the capital here, and it's just like, maybe we should try to placate this dead, well-known man. So they enshrine him as an Okami. And it works. Fast forward a few years. Actually, fast forward a couple hundred years. Anyway, it's
Give or take a magnitude.
It's the early 1900s. There's the Great Kanto. We are jumping ahead there. It's the early 1900s. His grave and shrine is disturbed, and it's the Meiji Restoration, Revolution, whatever. No, Revolution. Let's be right here. And the government's like, it's an Okami-sama to a Buddhist shrine. What are we really going to do about it? So they do nothing, and then the Great Kanto earthquake hits. Masakata no Taira, as in life, was a man who causes crisis. He is the Okami-sama of IT and also Tokyo, if I remember correctly.
Yes, he's the chief he's the chief protector of the Kanto Plain, where Tokyo is built. And there's an urban legend that every office chair in Tokyo faces his shrine. Don't buy it, but it's a nice story.
Like, let's be honest, he would probably pass around that story just to make sure people remember him.
How did he get associated? How did he get associated with IT?
So his main shrine, Kondo Myojin, is located right next to Akihabara.
Ah, that would do it.
That's basically it. Yep. And every time something goes wrong in the field, Every time something goes wrong while I'm working on computers, I take a brief moment, look out the window, and it's like, don't you start with me. As I try to face east for this man. Don't you start with me, none. I have oftentimes said, praying to Tara no Masakado no Taira-sama is like praying for Murphy to leave you the hell alone.
Oh, Murphy's Law.
Yes.
Please do not have my computer catch fire. Please, please. I beg you.
Yeah, this is a man. This is a man who heard that China does the mandate of heaven and said, "Yeah, but what if we did though?"
Yes. And he nearly proved it true.
Otaku might be the
Anyway.
word you're thinking of, Diablo.
I also rather enjoy the version of the like what happened to him after the rebellion ended, where they take his head to Kyoto and everybody thinks, "Oh, he's dead. It's fine." And they put the term for this is gibbeting. They gibbet the head. They display it, and after 3 days, his eyes fly open and he says, "Where the fuck is my body?" And then the head flies. The head flies to the east in search of his body. And some say it's still flying today.
I did not expect a single spell card to cause this large of a derail here.
I'm sorry. I pray to this Okami-sama. He is probably the worst affectionate.
All UFOs are just this guy's head. You know what? I'll work that into my worldview. Shall we continue?
Let's continue.
Something, unidentified mysterious animal. Anyway, bye!
We have fun around these parts, don't we?
Yep. 1 second here. There was a red line from one of my OBS interface elements blocking my view. There we go. Wow. Thank you.
Ah, Lady Havoc, thank you.
Land sign. 3 sacred treasures. Orb. Ending sign. Phantasmal Emperor. Some might say I'm throwing for content. And guess what? This time it's true, baby. I can't transform without the full moon. Is just some human, really. You know, you're a human too, right? If only it had been the full moon tonight, I could have. Oh yeah, we're trying to restore that full moon. Yeah, we said that to begin with, right? Huh? I never heard that. Seems to me like you know who's responsible for this. Now, since I've won, you'll keep your promise and tell us who it is. The promise being the one we just made right now. And no, Marissa, you did not at any point tell her that you're trying to fix the moon situation. Legendary Dreamland. The land of bamboo under the moonlight looked as eerie as a dream. The bamboo looked as if it started growing at any second. Anyways, yes, I want to reach the end of Stage 5 having used at least one continue. The logic for how endings work in this game is actually kind of... Wait a second. I'm gonna go for a no credit clear anyway, because if I understand correctly, because I've entered the cheat that unlocks everything, I should be allowed to choose. But as I was saying, the logic for which ending you get and some of the events of the late game are actually rather complicated. If it is your first playthrough, then you always get Route A. If it is your second playthrough with a character, and no credits used, no continues, then you will go to ending B. If you have cleared ending B before, then at the end you get to choose regardless, if you meet the requirements for ending B. So if you one credit clear and get to the end a second time, then it asks you Route A or Route B. Breeze! Just as I thought. Just as I thought that was strange that the night still hadn't ended. So it was you, Marissa. Hey, you've got it wrong. The only bad one here is this person here. What? You're guilty of the same thing, aren't you, Marissa? Wonderful Shrine Maiden of Paradise, Reimu Hakure! Doing something like this. What on earth are you two plotting? That's, you see, Reimu, how do I put this? Why the stuttering? Just yell at her like you always do. You, get out of my way, like that. Moron, it'll get ugly if she gets mad. Making you mad to begin with is what's ugly, right? I'll definitely have to teach you a bit of a lesson tonight. Will you still think nothing's wrong when you look behind you? The distorted moon is already that obvious, isn't it? Ah. The moon is your doing too, huh? Okay, fine, I give up. You're right, the endless night, the broken warp moon, hiding the human village, and putting hats on stone statues. All that was Alice's fault. Now get out of my way. Alright. In this bamboo forest bathed in moonlight, you two will become one of the shining bamboo trees. How beautiful. Allow me to return...
Shining bamboo trees, huh? I see where this is going.
Allow me to return those words, albeit a bit differently. Come on, this endless night will end right here. Anything to say on that?
That's where the Kaguya Hime. That's where that story begins. With a shining bamboo.
Right,
Yes,
right.
Seeing it from a mile away. Dream sign, duplex barrier.
I got distracted.
Yeah. Obviously, bamboo does not shine. So, you know, if they're referring to that, then that's pretty clearly an allusion to the Taketori Monogatari. A moon's distance away, you might say. Although the woods around Kyoto, like the historic, woods around Kyoto, the bamboo forests, they do get very thick, and the spirit sign, fantasy seal spread. They were very. I mean, there's less of them now, but they can be very thick, and the light and humidity can do interesting things with illumination in there.
I only just now noticed that when you use the bomb, she is throwing the doll in front of her into the center of the screen and blowing it up. Oh, it's not like her to retreat. Chase her down, Marissa. I think this is the first and last time this mechanic is ever done, where in the middle of a boss fight they retreat and you fight a bit more of the stage. I don't think this is ever done again in the entire series. Hey, you learned that trick from Yukari, didn't you? Stop abusing the screen borders.
I know that you're referring to a Yugi in this game, but I'm just picturing the guy from Yu-Gi-Oh.
Yugi was, in this case, Yugi was the other Oni alongside Suika. Storm on Mount Ue from, was one of the spell cards she did. Knockout in 3 punches. And she never spilled her sake. while fighting. Now I'll show you two my true boundary. What's the point of squaring off with us again? There's two of you, so I get 2 tries. Fair enough.
Dream sign, evil ceiling circle. It's time to duel!
Hoshiguma Yugi, that's what it was, I believe.
Yes, named for Hoshiguma Doji, one of Shiten Doji's right-hand Oni.
Yeah. Ha. Eep.
Spirit sign, fantasy seal, concentrate.
Nothing hits the spot.
Fantasy from concentrate.
Yep. Same idea. Good.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing hits better after a hard day's work than some fantasy. Than some. Yeah. Anyway. Anyway, Master Spark. This pattern's kind of cool. I like it.
Duplex Danmaku barrier.
Again, you learned this bullshit from Yukari Yakumo, didn't you? I was given a chance to do a quarter of Death Bomb, but I was not quick enough on the draw. Alright, let's get moving. Our destination is now in sight. Well, there's not much I can do. Don't take your evil plotting too far. Did you say something? Man, I never knew there was such a big mansion in the bamboo forest. Huh? Oh. Me neither. Bye-bye now. It's time for the good girls and losers to go home. Reimu, it's an eternal skip one turn for you. See you later. Uno reference? I believe that music in the background is the tune of Kagome Kagome. Pure cage in the filthy world. Why have you lingered so long in such a filthy place? Then all the locked doors. I would like to note, look carefully at the fairies, like the top of their head. They're all bunnies.
Oh, are they rabbits?
They're all bunnies.
Okay, well, funny thing that. You know, we've got a lunar theme. We're presumably invoking Chang'e, or the hair of Inaba. Ah, Earth rabbits.
Conley. This gets addressed. Hold your horses. Iwi Inaba. So,
Oh, there we go.
so from my understanding,
Inaba.
there's kind of something interesting about Kiwi's name. The Ui syllable doesn't exist anymore in Japanese, I think.
Yes, this is one of the many things you can blame the Meiji Restoration for.
And Tiwi's name very distinctly uses that archaic and no longer used syllable.
Yeah, the we and we are two of the more common ones. There's other ones too. There's a whole category of things called kana ligatures, which is a niche that is beyond our scope here. But yeah, we is a lesser known, is one of the more common among the lesser known kana the Meiji Restoration has robbed us of.
Dun, 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 dun. You're too late. I sealed all the doors. You can't take the princess away now, can you? Oh, the corridor was so long and dark, Alice. How about we deal with her to begin with? That one in front of us. Lunatic Moon Rabbit. Raisen Udongin Inaba. Hey, what? You two are Earthlings, aren't you? What are you up to at this time of night? It'd take an entire day of wiping to clean a hall that long, no matter how good of a janitor you were. I think it'd still be much faster and easier than cleaning your house, Marissa. Okay, now come on. Let's deal with her, Looks like some weirdos have already snuck in. We're busy right now. If you have no business other than burglary, leave now. The only ones who'd be busy at this time of night are the ones who aren't living honestly. Right. You colleagues? Since Marissa will never get to the point, I will. You or your cohorts are responsible for this warped moon incident, right? That's right. So will you return the moon quietly now, or return it after we give you some trouble? Take your pick. Hey, don't just take all my cool lines. There's no way we can return that moon yet. Even as we speak, our relationship with the Lunarians are worsening still. At this rate, there's no way for our princess to escape other than by making the Earth into a sealed chamber. What? Who are you? Marissa, watch out. That person's power isn't like anything I've felt before. It looks like the two of you are using a copy of an ancient power. Chaotic power from the time before humans were around. Those were the days. I wonder if special powers should be patentable. Well, before anything else, Udonge, I leave this to you. Whatever you do, do not let them take our princess. Leave it to me. I won't let a single one of those closed doors be opened. What? Pattering away just like that and then just flying away? It's like she's saying, hey, come beat me up later. She certainly is. But whether or not we do that depends on whether she's the culprit behind this incident or not. If we forget about that, it'll be morning. You two are ignoring me too much. You see? This hypnotic corridor is one of my traps. Since you two can't fly straight, you'll be completely wiped away by my power. Oh yeah, we are drifting left and right drunkenly through the sky. That should be Marissa's line. You'll be completely wiped away by her magic cannon, you hogweed. Hey, don't take my cool lines. Wonder if you'll still be able to say that after gazing into the eyes of this lunar rabbit. So we've actually played as this character in one of our previous streams. Legacy of Lunatic Kingdom, this was our protagonist. Very cool gimmick with this boss as well. Her eyes stare at you, and all the bullets split apart. She got those nightmare eyes. Yes, 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 Conley. The bullets are shaped like bullets. As in the actual bullet that is fired. The pellet of the bullet.
Yes.
No, they're not shaped like suppositories.
Lunatic sign, hallucinogenic tuning, visionary tuning. Yes, you might say it's like a bullet hell, a hell of bullets.
Ooh. I really don't know what the strat is for gaining time in this game. Oh, I might have just figured it out. Literally as I said that.
Loafing sign, life, and spirit stopping idle wave.
Loaf around. So when I was doing practice today, I was opting to play as Yukari and Reimu. And the thing is that I extremely didn't manage to win as them, but I'm doing a lot better. Final card.
Lunar Rabbit's Remote Mesmerism. Hella Mesmerism. Lady Havoc, thank you.
Thank you. Oh my god, I beat the bonus pattern. So, another gimmick that was pointed out to me. Last spell card. If you break the time barrier that I mentioned, not only does it only progress the game's in-game time by a half hour as opposed to a full, but you also get a final spell card where you cannot bomb and you don't lose a life if you fail it. It is a bonus super pattern, and I just won it. Go blow up the one from before.
GC the Gray Area gifted 5 subscriptions.
GCU Gray Area, thank you very much.
Goodness. Thank you all, as always.
Truly, truly, your generosity is what makes all of this possible.
Thank you. So yes, right there, I was just given the choice. So this is working how I expect it to, and honestly, I'm feeling kind of confident. So I'm probably going to do my second playthrough also on normal difficulty, because I look at I just beat the game with 5. I just reached the final stage with 5 lives. First continue.
Well done.
So
Well done.
did the moon return to normal? No, she wasn't the one. It must have been that other one. I may have lost, but do you really think you can oppose my master? There's no way we'll lose. You look pretty dinky to me. I'll admit I wasn't strong enough this time,
Lady Havoc, thank you.
but my master is the greatest brain of anyone on the entire moon. There's no way she'd ever lose to fools like the two of you. What? Using your brain for Danmaku? Are you dumb or something? Danmaku's all about power. Comments like that are why people think you're dumb. Danmaku is all about brains. It's just common sense. And so now we are on the ending A route. This is the route you go to if you are the orb in the night sky hiding the princess. A long, long corridor. It's a lunatic illusion being shown by someone? Something, something. Or dialogue that's impossible to actually read aloud in time. But yes, if this is your first playthrough on this difficulty, you will get this ending no matter what. Or if you use the continue, even if it's an additional playthrough, you will also get sent here. If it is a second playthrough or later, and you did not use a continue, you will go through Route B for the first time, and then every time after that, if you get here without it using a continue, you will be given a dialogue option to choose which ending you go to. I hope that makes sense. I do not know how to describe it otherwise. Good. So you're following me. Marissa, shoot her! Yeesh, you don't have to tell me twice.
It's fear, earth, and a pot.
Er, You just keep popping out and running off again. Getting impatient. Impatient? My, aren't you two stupid? Have you still not realized how far I've led you astray? Marissa, look around. I'm looking. We wound up outside at some point. Brain of the Moon. Erin Yagokoro. Yes, the outside. You were led through that eternal corridor and came here. So, how's the air outside? Which is to say, there is air outside of Earth. Marissa, this is strange. That moon and the stars... You just keep saying Marissa, Marissa for a while now. Can't you do anything by yourself? And thus the humans who depart for the moon are led to the false moon. The passage between the Earth and the moon has been severed by my hand. With this, you Earthlings will never reach the moon, and the Lunarians will never find the princess. Princess? Oh, so you're moon people? What makes you think that? When people go crazy, it's usually because of the moon, that's all. The princess, myself, and Raisen certainly came from the moon, but we can't go back there now, not since a long time ago. It doesn't really matter to us whether you go back or not. Haven't you moon people considered those who like looking at the moon? Well, about that. If the Earth people only looked at it, there would be no problem. But there are also foolish Earthlings who deliberately come all the way to the moon, and in the end stick a flag on it as if it were their own. That's why Earthlings have always been, are now, and will forever be inferior. We never did note any such thing. There are people on Earth who will suffer without the full moon's presence too. Didn't you think they'd retaliate if you stole the full moon from that Earth? Oh, that's fine. My spell is already complete, you see. Once morning comes, we'll give you back your full moon. Of course, that's always really been ours anyway. Oh, alright. So that means all that's left is the retaliation you get for having hidden it up until now. Yeah. Now how badly should we beat her up? My, I don't want to be hurt. Unfortunately for you, though, I happen to know a bit about medicine, so some minor injuries won't be a problem. That's pretty convenient. Can we ask you to fix up our nutrition as well? And by the way, medicine can be used to attack, too. She's got constellations on her outfit, and she's got a bow and arrow with star decorations on the ends of it. And she is a lunar doctor.
Awakened God, memories of the Age of Dawns.
Also, I think she implied she existed before humans did. Didn't she say something like reminiscing? I like the sort of Conway's Game of Life visuals that some of her attack patterns have. It's really stylish just how those are all locked onto a grid across the entire screen. Perfectly equidistant.
Revival Seimei Yugi. Life game. This is not Seimei as in Abino Seimei, it's Seimei as in life.
Hey, speaking of Conway's Game of Life. Dun, 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 dun. I also did a remix of the song, and it's one of my favorites.
Leading God Omoi Kane's device. Omoi Kane being one of the kami-sama of learning.
Blech. No, it's definitely a remix of this song. Good background. Underappreciated art, just get a public domain photo of the moon and use that as your background for your game. After putting a couple filters on it. Very funny spell card name.
Curse of the Heavens, Apollo 13. Highly recommended I highly recommended the Vintage Space's recent treatment of the Apollo 13 mission. I will drop a link.
Also funny. Esoterica, astronomical cover-up. Straight up, the moon is starting to enter Gensokyo because people are starting to think the Apollo landings are fake. Which is also one of the core plot points behind Legacy of Lunatic Kingdom, which again is a game where we played as Raisen Udonga Inaba. In fact, we were doing so at the behest of this character we're fighting now. And if you remember, Legacy of Lunatic Kingdom was all about the option of starting the game with a medicine that reverts time and makes you immortal. Who would make such a fancy medicine? What are you doing? Aaron, I grant you one more chance with my power. If you lose this time, you there, stray cats, with the medicine made by my power and Aaron's truth strength, you'll never forget this as long as you live. Forbidden Elixir, Horai Elixir. Final survival pattern. Attacking doesn't do anything.
Forbidden Elixir, Horai Elixir. The Horai, one of the mountains in Chinese lore, but by a Japanese reading.
Follow the path. Keep the pace.
Yes, known for its many jeweled trees.
Hate this kind of pattern so much. Pretty good. And there it goes. Suwako final spell card ass pattern. Yeah, it is. Suwako's final spell card is almost exactly that gimmick. Nighttime at the Hakure Shrine. Oh. Here, let me... The first full moon, which seemed like ages, bathed Gensokyo in bewitching light. Under its enchantment, suspicious pair crept toward the shrine. It was certainly the kind of night made for mischief. Let me scoot you over a little bit. But while a full moon did indeed return, a princess from Mahmud hid herself away once again. Alright, round here should be good. What could be so interesting you had to drag me all the way out here to see? Doesn't interesting for you mean things like sunny side up moon rabbit eyes or rainbow on a stick? Because it won't be that interesting. I only noticed this recently, but don't you think there's something off about the moon? The moon? Looks like your own ordinary full moon to me. Alright, you're inside Shrine Grounds now, but if you take one more step forward, you'll be outside. Just keep your eyes on the moon. You're not trying to trip me, are you? I'm trying to trip you. Huh? What? Wait, why are you surprised? Surprises me no matter how many times I see it. You see it too, though, right? Its size seems to be different. No, the color changed. It's a different moon altogether. And before you ask, I don't know why. So the moon looks different outside Shrine Grounds? Could it be because it's on the edge of the barrier? Didn't I just say that I don't know why? I wonder if something still needs to be resolved. Crap, Reimu's coming. Let's get out of here before she sees it too. Yeah, let's... Atmospheric conditions can change the apparent size and color of the full moon. That might have explained the differences they saw. But what they saw definitely seemed out of the ordinary. Feeling they were still missing something, the two decided to investigate once more. Normal ending number 6. Try playing the game again without a continue. Okay, returning you back to your default position. I know, I was just getting her out of the way of the text. Touhou Project 8th Edition, 8th Project Shrine Maiden, Eastern Eternal Night Vignette, Ayasho, Imperishable Night, produced by Team Shanghai Alice. Eternal Dream Mystical Maple. Earthlings of Gensukyo, staff. Dream creating Kanushi, Zun, capable of creating games. Programming graphics and music. Special Earthlings, special thanks. Ant, Fang, and you. Next night. Moo. So, as was made pretty clear at this point, we got tricked. Aaron succeeded in luring us away from our main goal, a supposed princess that's actually responsible for the incident. But the thing is they were just borrowing the moon for one night, and because the night was essentially ending right then, it didn't matter. So, we ultimately achieved nothing, but the moon also still seems weird and fake. So, normal difficulty as Reimu and Yukari. Let's solve this for real this time. Or crash the game. Please hold. Please don't crash. Okay. Good. We didn't crash this time. Oh. Okay. I see you. There's an option that doesn't save ever. I would like to start with extra lives, please.
Moo,
Yes?
you're going to want to cast on the Discord side.
Oh, right. Yes. That killed the stream. There you go.
There we go. Also, Moo, is this the halfway point of which you had been speaking?
Yeah. I can handle it.
I need to see an Emperor about a restoration. I'll be back shortly.
Yep. We're going to be going through the start of the game again, so tonight will be a long night. Hour of the Rat. So remember from previous Touhou stream how we had Ran Yakumo and Yukari Yakumo as the extra stage boss and the double extra stage boss, and how I mentioned that Ran Yakumo seems to spin a lot while doing her attacks. When we enter focus mode, Ran Yakumo appears and spins like mad in order to attack our opponents. She's like a circle saw. Look at her go. See, there's nothing out here. The night's only just begun, no need to rush. You're in no place to say no need to rush when you drag me out here in such a rush. You owe me big for this, so don't you forget it. Hey, you keep saying there's nothing, but I'm right here, aren't I? Regal Nightbug. Don't worry about it. I'll pay you back. It's not like I'm you. Hey! You got some real nerve brushing me off like this. I hope you're prepared to face the consequences. Is that a pun? Was it? That reminds me, I forgot something important for an evening stroll. Back at the shrine. Huh? I believe I know exactly what you mean. A mosquito coil, right? I'm a firefly! Poor Wriggle. Really, it's awful at night with all these bugs around. Says the one who's only awake at night. Yeah, because nature thrives during the night. There have been lots of fireflies lately. Kinda makes me worry a little about the outside world. You understand, don't you? It's not like you to worry, though. So yes, there's a human and yokai meter in the lower right. The longer we have Yukari out, which is to say focus mode, the more it enters the yokai side. The more we have Reimei out, the more it enters the human side. A few different things change, but most notably, grazing bullets while at 80% or more on the yokai side will generate time fragments. And it looks like while being majority human side, you generate time fragments, those pink pickups, by simply damaging enemies. There we go. Wriggle was not able to pull off her signature kick. I've mentioned getting Wriggle kicked a couple of times, and that's a reference to Wriggle Nightbug from this boss, from this game, because one of the times when she originally appears on the screen, she can arrive at a time and position where you might actually be at the top of the screen in order to collect stuff using the item get borderline. So it is entirely possible to for Wriggle to just dive in and kill you by physically ramming into you. Hence, Wriggle kicked. Wait! What? I thought you were some tasty, foolish humans at long last. What exactly are you two? Yes, non-humans. Non-humans? Well, human or not, or whatever, I'm not interested. Non-humans using this path. What a rarity. You seem to be a Night Sparrow. If you keep only attacking humans, there won't be any left around here. Even so, I doubt she's going to start attacking yokai in their place. Oh, forget it. Humans have long since stopped using these paths at night anyhow. If there were anyone, they'd be in a real hurry, have some other excuse, or not be human at all. Listen closely. I'm going to repeat this one more time. We are non-humans, in a real hurry, with some other excuse. We don't have time to waste here. Will you let us pass? The end of this road isn't a place where yokai like Yukari often visit, though. But I haven't had playmates in so long. I know, how about we go to the village and mess with the humans together? Jeez, how many times do I have to say it? Huh? I'm not night blind. Aha, a human. Allow me to turn you night blind. Greetings.
All right, so folks, as usual, at this point in the evening, if you have any questions for me, I welcome them.
Yep. Probably a good time for broad scale questions. And then,
Not necessarily about Touhou, but you know, if you have questions about on Japanese history and other related topics, you know, even what you're seeing, especially, let me know.
a night sparrow of all things. It is much too early for condensation from a flying louse. Was that really a sparrow just now? Couldn't make much out in the dark. Little birds in the night are mostly night sparrows. If you're not careful with them, you won't be able to see in the dark anymore. Is that really what sparrows are like? Not that I really saw for myself. Ah, I can see the human village. I didn't really want to come here with you, though. However, the place where the village should have been, there was nothing at all. That's the line I missed there last time. So, for anyone who doesn't already know the answer to this question, how to word this? What's going to be interesting about the next level? See if you can find a reason that that's going to be kind of interesting. Is it you? Are you the ones trying to attack the village in the middle of this night? This horrible scene is your doing, isn't it? Where did you send the humans in their village? I won't hand the humans over to you, yokai. I'll make this night never have happened.
Now, no, remind me, this is the Hakutaku?
Yes.
Okay. A Hakutaku is actually a very auspicious yokai. And Hakutaku is also a yokai that knows a great deal of things. So, you know, interesting that we're running across them here.
What the heck are you? Hey, put the village back. There's a little bit more to it than her just being that, but I believe that will be discussed in a moment. Like in the pre-fight conversation. It wasn't entirely discussed when we played as the other character, but I think it will for this one. So persistent. This really isn't about you. Isn't this where the human village should be? But there's nothing here now. What happened to the humans and their houses and everything? Nothing. I just made it so the village was invisible to your kind. Half-beast of knowledge and history. Kaine Kamashirasawa. Reimu, we don't have time to stick around here. The moon's gradually sinking lower as we speak. Well, not exactly sticking, but hold on. It's not like I can just ignore a yokai that erased a whole village of humans. Humans never settled here in the first place. All I did was make it look that way. I'll protect the humans from this ill-omened night. Hey. I can see the humans just like usual, though. Trickery of this level isn't useful at all, is it? Really, what are you two? Don't worry, they're invisible enough for me. Your pity isn't helping. And you. You're a half-beast, right? I'm a human when the moon isn't full. Not unlike a human-faced dog or a human-faced rockman. Why are you assuming everything but my face changes? All of you know that the transformation is full body. Or it's like Gozu and Mezu, where only the head turns into a beast. Oh well. If you're going to say that, I won't let you take it back. Tonight, I'll make an imperial feast out of your history. Myself aside, this one's history would amount to some light snacks at best. Shut up. Even then, that means every day is tea and snacks for me. Remind me one more time how it's pronounced for species. Didn't come through, sorry.
Hakutaku.
Hakutaku? Yeah, she's a were-Hakutaku. Full moon.
Interesting. So sort of an ox with a face on the flank as well as the head. Interesting.
She turns into one when it's the full moon, but still has some of the powers and abilities even when it's not.
If you're still in the chat, this is a being associated with the Yellow Emperor. Shout out to all the Taoist cultivators in the chat. Of which I think there's at least 2.
Oh!
3 sacred treasures, orb.
Orb. I collected enough time. Which means... final pattern. Ah! Nice. Now, restore the human village. It'll be okay to put it back. We weren't thinking anything of you and the humans here to begin with. Then where are you trying to go? That way. This way. If you're after the ones behind the recent unusual moon, they're that way. See? I was right, wasn't I? Reimu, your finger is off from hers by 70 degrees. You're off by 110. Wait, she figured out what we were trying to do? It'd be more strange if she hadn't figured it out. When does the other side of the rival fight show up? Diablo got it. Think about what we did in this stage. In this stage, we fought Reimu. We're playing as Reimu. What's going to happen? Oh my god, we fight another Reimu!
It's Reimu's all the way down!
We fight Futetsu on Mamizo in Reimu transformation mode. What was it? Spell card stupid idiot Shrine Maiden? Transformation 12 form of idiot Shrine Maiden or something like that. Makes me laugh every time. Stupid loser who picks fights. Oh, look at me, I'm a human shrine maiden. Ugh. Move and I'll shoot. I messed up. I meant shoot and I'll move. Right away. What? Why is Marissa out here? Ordinary black magic girl. Marissa Kirasame. Well, I'm just hunting some troublesome yokai like usual. Hey, what a coincidence. I'm doing some troublesome yokai hunting too. What I'm saying is hunting troublesome yokai. In your case, it's troublesome yokai hunting, isn't it? Not really? My, I wonder what you can do all by yourself on a night like this. I'm troublesome yokai. I'm already tired of staring at today's moon. It's about time to make it be tomorrow. So, who's the troublesome yokai? You! You messed with the boundary of night and day again, right? Honestly, fair point for Marissa. It is currently the border between nighttime and daytime. And we do have someone with control over all boundaries in the universe on our party. Marissa saying, Yukari, this is your fault, isn't it? Is not entirely unreasonable. We're the ones who are stopping the night, but now isn't the time for that. Indeed. Don't you have eyes on the back of your head? Huh? Oh, she probably doesn't. That's how it is. Speak Japanese, this is Gensokyo. Looks like nothing we say will get through to her. That distorted moon is so dangerous. It's not really harmful to humans. I don't know what's happening, but a never-ending night is harmful written all over it. Yokai eat humans during the night. If the night keeps going, the yokai will stuff themselves until they drop dead. There's no way they'd do that. Gotta exterminate them before they drop dead. Yeah, sure. So this is a completely different boss fight. Magic sign Milky Way. Beep.
What Japanese food would I want to be more popular in the West? Oh, that is a tough call. I mean, some things have made some serious inroads, but only in particular places. I mean, you know, if you're on the West Coast, you're more likely to have encountered things like taiyaki or ramune, you know, jelly donuts.
I'll run it away. I'll chase her to the ends of the earth.
You know. Japanese food.
One of my siblings, when they visited Japan, said that after they came back, they started making onigiri, like, daily, because the 7-Eleven onigiri was just that good. And they craved it for like a month straight afterwards. And so they said, screw this, I'm just going to make some.
I mean, and homemade is pretty good.
Think it had a fish something in it? Oh, it isn't Reimu. What's up? There's a limit even to barefaced lies. That last one was for Yukari. This one's for you. Uh-oh, love sign. She's busting out the super lasers.
Unnatural 20 says, I want Melon Time to be more popular in America because then I could say Wait for it.
Merry Christmas!
You know, melon pan was invented by an Armenian, which is true. I wrote all about it for Unseen Japan. You know what? Honestly, melon pan probably would be it. Now that you mention it, melon pan probably would be it.
You know it was coming. We are on the receiving end of a master spark.
You know, it's interesting when I've noticed this linguistic shift in English. When Anglophones say mochi, what they mean is the stuff that has the filling, the pounded rice on the outside with the filling on the inside. Fruit sando. I mean, maybe I would try some. Yeah, mochi. I mean, we have no shortage of that around here too. But when mochi is said in English, it most often is referring to daifuku. Mochi is the pounded rice. Daifuku is the thing that has the filling, or manji. Not to the ice cream. I'm not talking about ice cream either. I'm talking broadly about thing made of pounded rice, sort of squishy pounded rice outside, and filling of some kind on the inside. Everyone has canned coffee, but only Japan figured out how to make it not suck. That's true. That's true. I think Japan pioneered it, in fact.
Looks like we arrived at our destination while we were chasing Marissa. You really are lucky. I wish you could share that luck with my Ron, too. Damn it. What the heck are you two saying? Thanks to you, we know where the culprit is. You weren't useless. Well, we haven't figured out the culprit, but at any rate, they're in that mansion. Well, I lost, so there ain't much I can do. Time to head home and sleep. Hope it'll be morning when I wake up. Sleep for all eternity. Well, try not to catch a cold. Jesus.
You may be thinking, Lady Havoc, of kirimochi, which can come individually wrapped. They're sort of squares. They puff up when you put them in the toaster oven. Boss, yes, Boss Coffee. Made famous by Tommy Lee Jones in Japan.
Okay, I gotta lock in here. I have 4 lives, and I need to beat this level within those 4 lives. And, it's Raisen, and she's pretty tough. And then if I do, I will get the option, and I pick Route B, and then we will get to see the other content. If I fail to do that, I don't know. I don't have a backup plan. So it is lock-in time. B. B is for people. Always know your part.
Pop-Tarts just American mochi. No. Pop-Tarts are... Pop-Tarts are, I would say, are a species of American monaka.
Pop-Tarts are American taiyaki.
Oh no. Oh.
Am I wrong? You can say if I'm wrong.
I mean, I would like to see a Pop-Tart shaped like a fish. Well, actually, no. Taiyaki, a little tenuous, but if you read it a little bit outward and understand, like if you think about how taiyaki is an evolution of a thing that's not as precisely molded, called an imagawayaki, where it's just like a disc.
Oh,
with filling.
yeah.
That's closer. That's closer.
But instead of round, it's square.
But instead of round, it's square. Yeah, there you go. But yeah,
you see, this is the sort of fascinating dialogue you can only get by having a doctor of Japanese history on your side while discussing the historical context behind old video games.
This is something that I get great pleasure from, and I'm so happy I can do it with you.
Thank you. I'm glad, and it's a little bittersweet because I think the episode after this, after the one after this, is the last one.
Well, we'll just have to find something else.
That's true. You're too late. I've sealed all the doors. You can't take the princess away now, can you? Is she the culprit? Who knows? Should we take her down first of all? The culprit should be here somewhere. What, are you yokai? You shouldn't have been able to find your way here, though. Nothing to worry about. Hey, I'm still human. Humans are even less worrisome. Why would you be worried, I wonder? Oh, this is your mischief. Ugh. Mischief? You mean sealing up the Earth? Maybe? I don't quite get it, though. We mean the full moon. I don't quite get it either, though. Ah, you're talking about the moon. That's my Master Aaron's most powerful spell. It makes this Earth into a giant sealed chamber. Do you get it now? There's no way we get it. Also, about that full moon erasing spell, it's hardly my most powerful one. Reimu, she's the culprit. I can smell it. Is she? My intuition is sort of... Now, return the distorted moon to normal. It's still too early for that. There's no way I can undo this spell yet. Udonge, conflict and sanity are all your job, correct? I'll leave this to you. Leave it to me. Won't let a single one of those closed doors be opened. Running won't stop us. We'll get her anyway after taking you down. Looks like it. Also looks like taking you down won't bring back the full moon either. I haven't had anyone to fight with lately, so this is just about perfect. I'll show you two everything about the moon's insanity. The moon's insanity? It's my hypnosis that drove the humans who came to the moon insane. Those humans were weak. This person, she seems dangerous. The moon drives people insane, so I wonder if you can remain in your right mind while gazing into the eyes of this lunar rabbit. Mind Shaker. The Shaker.
Marumochi is Lady Havoc. Marumochi is Kirimochi just round. So I'm glad that you sent me that because that helps me. That helps me understand. That is the same thing as Kirimochi. It's just circular. 21. I mean, you know, don't put it past it.
Cool. That card's really scary, honestly.
I mean, you know, Kirimochi is, you know,
Eek.
if you've got an Asian a decently sized Asian grocery, you can probably find them. I mean, I'm in Pittsburgh and we've got them here. But yes, if it was even more ubiquitous, that would be excellent, of course.
So close. Okay, I need to beat this pattern within 3 lives.
The internet has informed Diablo that what's this? Okay, interesting.
Oh, final spell.
Uh-huh. No, I can see it. I can see it. Kurimugema Iburan. It's tasty. It's a shame I can't have any.
Trust your intuition. Final B. Okay, now let's go chase that other one down. But which door did that other one enter? There are so many I can't tell. Yukari, look, that door over there. Oh no! I didn't finish sealing them in time. Is the culprit in there? My intuition says so. Let's go. Oh, my master will be mad at me. Down a different corridor. Five impossible requests. There are 5 impossible requests that nobody can solve, however, the long passing of the...
5 impossible requests. Here we come back to Kaguya-hime, who had 5 suitors from among the court nobles, who she gave impossible quests, and it didn't end well.
So if you want my hand
Yes.
in marriage, then you need to solve. Then you need to do this thing, and he did this 5
Exactly.
times with 5 separate impossible tasks.
You must answer me these questions 3, that sort of thing.
And then again, this is relating to the Tale of the Bamboo Cutter, which
Very, very old Japanese literature.
I have heard that described as the first science fiction story. Dubious.
Good description, yeah. Not the oldest work of Japanese literature, but
Oldest science fiction.
one of the oldest science fiction, certainly, but one of the oldest works of Japanese literature.
Mm-hmm. Oh, come on. I told her not to let them come this way. Reimu, do you understand what you just said? Yeah, we're heading the right way, aren't we?
2 gave up, 2 used forgery, tried using forgeries, 1 straight up died in the attempt. That's true. And then the Emperor showed up, as he often does, and said, "I would like the maiden."
How'd that go?
Not great.
That's the real one. The full moon after so long. Yes, this is the true full moon as seen from Earth. More importantly, a human and a yokai. Some very strange guests have come today. You. What exactly are you? I'm Kaguya,
Of course she's Horai-san.
the sinner of eternity and the instantaneous, Kaguya Horai-san. You should have offered your names first, though, but I'll let it pass. It's childish to pass off something like that as an act of kindness. Who said I'm...
So I want to point out for everyone's benefit, one of the reasons why I could tell this is finally the object of our query just on sight before she even said anything. Note the Hime cut hair.
Oh, yeah.
That's kind of a giveaway.
She's literally got the princess cut hairstyle. Who said I was doing that? Recently, Aaron hasn't let me out of the mansion at all. So these odd guests are most welcome. The shot guests? Don't talk like you're obsessed with Danmaku. The human body houses a fragile, round soul. What those humans live on is a huge, round orb below. And what the superior people live on is that lunatic orb behind me. Well, it looks like what we'll be dodging are some beautiful round bullets as well. Don't steal people's lines. My kindness has limits. Look, we get where the speech is going without you saying it, so it's fine. We're shot guests, right? You two are just so impatient. Even without hurrying, I'll show you. Miasma of the true moon, and my beautiful impossible requests as well. You've really got too much free time. Were you just waiting for someone to play with? Hey, don't be such a wet blanket. I've been high enough here until now, so I didn't have a chance to go out and play. But I'll make up for that today. Well, it's fine, I guess. It looks like the full moon's already restored and all. All we have to do now is punish the culprit and set things right for good. I'm afraid you can't see the true full moon from anywhere but here. What? It's not something that weren't saying. We'll punish you anyway. Well then, are you ready? Not at all. Not at all. I have 5 requests that so many humans in the past have failed to complete. How many of them can you fulfill?
So, Kaguya-hime is an interesting example of the what you frequently will see in Japanese folklore, and even in the just in terms of yokai and their histories. There's a lot of extraterrestrial activity. You know, the Utsurobune get a lot of press, but I feel like that's mostly the Western
Dragon's Neck Jewel 5-colored shots.
UFO and esoterica community sort of latching onto that. The Utsurobune is a relatively recent, as in early 19th century, phenomenon, and it was very brief. Stuff like Kaguya-hime is much older. Much. And another example,
Impossible
of course,
Request,
is
Buddha Stone Bull, Indomitable Will.
yes, one of her requests of her suitors.
In fact, she has all 5 requests surrounding her if you look at her carefully at her cut-in portrait when she starts the spell card. Like the 5 objects are just floating by her. Sorry to interrupt you.
Oh, that's fine. But another example is certain regions take on Yuki Onna. Argue that she also is an extraterrestrial. There's other ones. But that's the one that I'm. Oh, there they are. You're right. Yeah. How about that?
Robe of the Fire
Robe
Rat.
of Fire Rat, Patient Mind.
Whoa. Spell card name?
It's blurry.
Ah.
Swallow's cowrie shell, everlasting life.
I cannot believe I dodged that. Oh my god. Impossible Request, Bullet Branch of Horai, Rainbow Danmaku. Wait, this is a survival pattern. I only just noticed. That could be a problem. We'll see. Every second counts, I guess. Oh, it's not a struggle. Okay. What the? I see. The ones who are stopping the night. It's you two, isn't it?
End of Imperishable Night, Crescent Moon. Also, I'd like to draw your attention to Kaguya-hime, when she was discovered, was in the shining bamboo stalk. Compare that, if you would, to the baby Kal-El being found by his foster parents in a radiating spacecraft and brought up as their own. I don't think the creators of Superman were drawing inspiration from Japanese folklore, but that's an interesting parallel.
So, I just failed on the first step of the finale of this. Oh well. This half-finished Eternal Night that you've made. Oh, okay, continues regardless.
They didn't, no.
Don't even know how to approach that one. With my spell to manipulate eternity, I'll tear it all away.
Well, there's that too. Kaguya's parents actually came to pick her up. Well, they survived is the other thing.
Daybreak. So yeah, at the very end there, it's a little bit of like a super bonus challenge. The amount of phases of that attack depends on how many... Oh, hold on.
Oh.
Oh no. Oh. Okay. OBS lagged really heavily for a minute there, but I think we're okay. Scooting you to the side again. The true full moon had returned to Gensokyo. The previous moon was just a papier-mâché toy, but in contrast, tonight's moon was brightly shining. The moon's true power is that it boosts the purification rate of the sunlight, to dispel the illusions of Gensokyo. It's so like Gensokyo for this to happen on the night of a full moon. Reimu. Today the moon is also clearly visible. Hey, I say that and suddenly a lot of people gather again. It's just the usual. Come on, think like those are necessary once in a while. You keep saying it's the usual thing once in a while. You could get a different excuse, you know. Oh, well, it's okay. Is there something else? Are you saying that Reimu's sake isn't good enough to drink? Ugh, it's the shrine sake, just drink it. Shut up. Won't you calm down a little and have some more sake? I'm awake all this time now. The noisy time as well as the unnoisy time became noisy. What? Yukari, it's been a while since the last full moon. I'll impartially support this degree of fun. That aside, it makes you feel better. It's very rare for yokai like Ron to act like humans. Must be because of the influence of the moon. It'd be great if there were some good regulations for the drunkards. Yukari-sama looks completely fine, as expected. I don't know if being full of human traits is good or bad. Oh my, the ghost burning with humanity is calling. No, not really. There's no human warmth in me. I should make sure Chen doesn't get affected by the moon's miasma. I'm carried away by the sake. Looking at the round moon makes my eyes spin. Well, if your eyes are also spinning, I guess the moon suits you. Raisen, miasma of the moon? You make it sound like the moon is poisonous. Oh my, did I say that to the humans? Huh? Or, that was rude of me. With this, the princess is finally playing outside again. You might say this has become something good. You say this, but Aaron, weren't you the one who imprisoned her? Jeez. She was imprisoned from the beginning anyway. Please calm down. For example, even if a messenger from the moon came, she wouldn't know about Gensokyo. Yes, there's a big barrier, so there's no way she could enter. I'm glad that I'm in Gensokyo. It's really peaceful. I'm grateful as well. This time I tried putting a hideout above ground, but this entire planet was originally used as a hideout. Or a prison. That's somehow stupid. Without this, we could play a little more. Hey, I wonder. What about the circumstances that made you hide until now? Oh, they're still valid. The princess has been hiding for about 1,000 years. What are you trying to say? I'm an eternal being. The past days are infinite. That's why it won't have a meaning if we don't have fun now. 1,000 years or 10,000 years, there's nothing in them matching this moment. Even if it's 1 second ago, the past doesn't matter. Hey, that's my meatball. I'm an eternal being. If the princess would consider such an act, I will do it as well. Hey, that was mine! Surely these people can't be from the moon. It's a night where the moon's power gets stronger, and as soon as the yokai's true power returned, Gensokyo's strength came back. This is the equilibrium of Gensokyo's power. Humans are always food for yokai, and humans exterminate yokai so they won't be eaten. If the moon's power is ever in disorder, this balance will shatter. Reimu felt that this incident was a threat in that way. The heavens began to regain their balance by designating the people who came from the outside of Earth as half-humans. Good ending number 1. Thanks for playing. You may choose between final stages from now on. Didn't understand most of that. I'm gonna be real. Some of these early translations are a little iffy.
Games are made by people.
Games are made by people. And so now, finally, it's time to look at the extra stage. Where you get to meet maybe my second or third favorite character in the entire series. I always had a soft spot for Suika and Yugi, but the person we will be meeting here is a long-time big favorite of mine. Full Moon, extra level. The moon drives people mad. Hold on. Doll of Horai. Under the full moon, even the planets are asleep in the dead of night. Just what is there to be afraid of in this? I'm just gonna do this until I can read all of it. In this human and yokai's trial of guts, just where is the victim of the greatest sin?
Kippers, I guess it would be the one that had Shotoku, because of how good that got me. Also, there's just been points across the series where, especially in the nomenclature, it's been a little bit of like, really that on the nose, really, you know, like patchouli knowledge. Moo, how about you? What's been your favorite of the games showcased?
I had never played the Unconnected Marketeers until we did this feature, and that quickly became one of my absolute favorites. So I think that one simply because it was a big surprise for me. In addition, it had the representative of the Haniwa figures, and I always liked how those things looked. I always liked those little critters. The clay figurines.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, it's the full moon. I've been waiting for you. You've got some guts. Challenge me on Night of the Full Moon. Are you the guts on this trial of guts? I won't let you lay a single finger on that human. It's the full moon, which means that their wear form activates. Whoa. So what we've pieced together so far is that we are out here for a trial of guts. Just literally we're out here on a whim as like a bravery challenge. But why? I wonder what that was about. It does feel like the fairies are pretty rowdy tonight. The moon tonight is especially strong. It's no wonder that all the creatures are rowdy, really. So there are even fools who go out on a night like this, huh? Who's that? You, obviously? No, I'm not asking who's a fool. So you're admitting to being a fool too, then. Figure of the person of Horai, Fujiwara no Moku. I'm a human who's... Something to say?
Well, I mean, if she's a Fujiwara, there's a lot to say.
I'm a human who's lived here for a long time. A human, huh? Maybe she owns the forest or something. So what are you doing here, fools? A trial of guts. And various other things. What? A trial of guts? Oh, so since when have humans been this foolish? You come all the way out here in the dead of night, with this lunatic full moon, and tons of yokai out, for a trial of guts of all things. It's a miracle you weren't killed by yokai yet. Trial of guts. Seriously, if you die, it'll be your guts that the yokai feast on. She's just babbling. Reimu, any counterattacks? Well, we're just having this trial of guts because Kaguya was saying, hey, go on out there, so... What was that? Did you say Kaguya? Did I? I certainly heard a Kag, a Gu, and a Ya. I figured your trial of guts was suspicious. Of course she'd be behind this. Yeah, she goaded the two of you into getting rid of me this time, didn't she? She always tries to do away with me. And wasn't she the one who gave me this convenient body in the first place? She's getting all worked up on her own. See, if you don't take advantage of this, you'll lose. So how about I see for myself just how strong you messengers of Kaguya are? If she sent you, you must be more powerful than her, right? How brave, to think that there'd be a human brave enough to confront a yokai like me. I only knew 3 others like that. I'd kind of rather not fight another human, though. What are you saying? You were fine fighting Marissa, weren't you? Don't go thinking I'm some ordinary human. I won't die. I'm completely unable to die. Thanks to that lousy Kaguya. Yes, no matter how hard she tries to eliminate me, it won't do her any good at all. She knows that, and she still sends you messengers. This cannot get any more annoying. Look, Reimu, you missed another opportunity. I still don't quite get it, but if she won't die, that means I can go all out on her, right? More or less. Although it looks like the completely unable to die part is just her being full of herself. If you don't go all out, it's game over for your life. There's no turning back now. It's a one-way street in this dead of night. Just what you wanted. Allow me to test your guts.
You know, it's a funny thing. One of the hallmarks of the Kaguya Hime story is that she has this elixir of immortality. And as it turns out, Fujiwara is the name of one of the old noble clans. So it's funny we should meet a Fujiwara who's immortal, or at least says they are.
They are. Fujiwara no Moku is indeed immortal. This is described a little bit through other character routes here, but she is, I think, the daughter or child or relative of one of the people killed by the 5 impossible requests. And so she snuck over and chugged the Horai elixir. And now she's immortal.
Well, there we are.
And ever since then, Kaguya's been apparently sending people to go and kill her over and over again. Because F you, that's why, I guess. Anyways, this is probably my favorite song in the entire series. Also, watch what happens when we beat a spell card of hers. Just like watch what happens after we do this.
Once again, I'm thinking of Touhou Monogatari, which was the venerable novel and manga and movie series with a sorcerer who was effectively immortal, and a lot of the A-list characters in Japanese history.
We killed her. Just like that. I think that's a cute attention to detail for the gameplay and storyline matching up. Just, you are actually killing her over and over. She goes through the death animation each time you complete a spell card and then just comes back. Or knockout or whatever. And that immediately follows up with a attack called Resurrection. This part is so rough. Fujiwara, Wounds of Metsuzai Temple. Resurrection. This again. Don't be weird in the comments, everyone. Whoa! That... What? Whoa.
I see we've been joined by the flying spaghetti monster.
What the... What am I supposed to... There's a beam that just crosses through the center there. What do I do against that? Genuinely no idea how I'm even supposed to begin to approach that pattern. Like, they might as well have just made a laser that just covers the entire screen, literally. Get Malice Cannon, stupid fairies. I've been waiting. You've got some guts challenging me on the night of the full moon. Well, this is a trial of guts. I won't let you lay one finger on that human. Hello, Pap. Yes, I hear you in the background. Sure is creep when nothing's happening. Absurd, too. True terror lies beyond the fear that you expect. There's nothing more terrifying than a haunted house devoid of people acting as ghosts. Even night sparrows are silent at midnight in the bamboo forest. To think there'd be humans wandering around in here. Who are you? Marissa, this girl... I'm a human who's lived here for a long time. Don't worry, I won't kidnap you or eat you. Human? Doesn't look like one. Marissa, she definitely looks human, but be careful. So what are you doing at this late? Harvesting bamboo shoots? A trial of guts? Which of those? How would it be obvious? Beneath the full moon, a human and a yokai are on a trial of guts. Does the human have guts, or is she a fool? That human ought to have guts that are pretty stiff and tough to chew. Are you really human? Can't say I've seen any humans who are this fond of guts. At least none who are still alive. I know a couple. Does she look alive to you, Marissa? She looks dead to me. Well, maybe she just looks like she's not alive? Hey, don't treat people like phantoms. That's almost correct, though. You can see through illusions pretty well. So I guess you're a gut eater, then? Actually, I can't die. To be devoid of death is to be devoid of life. Without the unnecessary states of life and death, I'm about as close as you can get to a pure human. So I might be like Phantom in a certain sense. So she won't die, even if we roast or bake her, too. How about if we try boiling and frying her? If a human could reach a state of immortality, that legendary medicine must really exist. It wasn't a lie after all. I don't know what you're talking about. Who the heck would tell you a true story and make it sound like a lie? The medicine? You mean the horror eye elixir? That old thing. I used it up a long time ago. Certainly I stole that medicine, and I'm immortal even now. Kaguya still tries to kill me, but it's impossible to do that. This stupid fight of ours has dragged on for over 1,000 years now. Get it now, all of it. So you're playing the role of the ghost in the haunted house. I did think that this whole trial of guts thing sounded weird when Kaguya brought it up. I defeated Kaguya, so it felt as though I could put an end to you. Hey, you're not trying to steal all the credit for yourself, are you? Besides, defeating a human is a job for a yokai. The person before us is obviously mine to defeat. Wait, Kaguya was defeated? These two in front of me? How do I say this? To think that such a troublesome Lunarian would be done in by a team like this. It's been a long time since I had to confront such tough assassins. Or maybe it's just your guts are tough? Too bad about the Horai elixir. I wanted to get my hands on it no matter what. My guts are totally healthy, not stiff at all. Thus, I don't need any medicine. The Horai elixir is a forbidden medicine that should never be consumed by humans. With single touch, bad translation, sip. With a single sip, you will never become an adult. With a second sip, you will forget all disease and illness. With a third sip, your souls will forever churn in torment. Again, kind of iffy translation. With one sip, you'll never age. With 2 sips, you'll never fall ill. With 3 sips, you are now truly immortal. With all of the baggage that brings with it. I absolutely pressed the bomb button there, come on. Wow. Perks of Tsuki no Iwakasa. Ugh.
I'm reminded of how the Doctor in Doctor Who referred to the Keepers of the Flame of Everlasting Life as Keepers of the Flame of Eternal Boredom. Because if you're immortal, you're going to get bored after a while. You know, you will have done everything, been everyone. Yes, of course. Besides, that was from one of my favorite Doctors, the 8th Doctor. As a matter of fact, I was my doctoral advisor's 8th and last student, so when I graduated, I told everyone I was the 8th Doctor. So that particular one I have a soft spot for. Also, if I remember correctly, it's heavily implied that the 9th Doctor had a hand in causing the Onin War. Do as the Immortal in Hitchhiker's Guide did. Go around the universe and insult every single sentient being, present and future. Well, I mean, you know, you could do it that way. You could.
Never floats your goat.
Mm-hmm.
So, unlikely I'm going to be able to do that, but if you win, how do you think that fight ends? It ends about how you'd expect, with, oh my god, stop it, ow, oh god, ow, that hurts so goddamn bad. Look, if you stop attacking me, I'll let you go home, okay? I'll guide you out of this forest. Just, god, that hurts. She's immortal, but she's not immune to pain. Kill her 16 times and she just gives up.
I'm reminded of that line in A Funny Thing Happened on the Way to the Forum. I thought you were completely impervious to pain. Not my own.
Damn. Let's see. I believe that is going to do it for today's stream, which means that What's the Touhou game before Fossilized Wonders? I don't plan on playing Fossilized Wonders. But before that, there's one more Touhou game that we have not yet gotten to of the mainline series that isn't especially gimmicky or a fighting game or non-mainline in some way. I'm firing up Steam in order to try and look it up. Or actually, there's a much easier way to look this up. The Touhou Wiki. 100th Black Market. Or no. Unfinished Dream of All Living Ghosts will be our final episode. And that will be next time. Nyri, without saying it out loud if you happen to, do you know what my plan is for Wednesday at this point?
I do not.
Okay. I think you're welcome to join me for it as well, but I will be doing something with a bunch of reading and with another friend joining in for another... Wait, that one's a versus game too? It's a mainline Touhou game and it's a versus one? Unfinished Dream of All Living Ghosts? So it is, okay. Oh, it does have a single-player story mode, though, at least. But yeah, apparently it is a versus mode. Huh. Well, in any case, I'll still highlight that as the closeout to my longest-running series here. Touhou Project with the ever-wonderful Dr. Nyri A. Bakkalian.
A pleasure, as always.
Join us in following Riverside Wings. And that's going to do it for tonight. Thank you all so much for joining, and let's see who we can raid to. Eula Caster is playing Melty Blood type Lumina, which I believe is a fighting game based on the Fate series. But it looks like it is a VN cutscene at this particular second from the preview. So, VN in between... VN cutscene of a fighting game, it looks like, at this particular second. And so... room code boobies typed out in numbers. Very good. So, you can apparently join her in combat if you would like to play a fighting game. In any case, to another place, my friends.
To another place.